Fifth Avenue was changing more rapidly than any of its current householders would have predicted. As Prudence Mackenzie's carriage made its way along Fifth toward Broadway, it passed the gleaming white marble Stewart Mansion, built directly across 34th Street from Caroline Astor's brownstone, and once labeled the most beautiful private home in the city. It had sat empty for 2 years after its former owner's death. Now it was leased to the exclusive Manhattan Club. Rumor had it that Mrs. Astor was planning a move closer to Central Park, where the Vanderbilts had already established themselves in what had been dubbed the Triple Palace. 3 connected brownstones, their only drawback was the proximity to the Roman Catholic St. Patrick's Cathedral, especially on Sunday morning. More than one acquaintance had hinted that the late Judge Mackenzie's daughter might consider following Mrs. Astor's lead. The banker who administered Prudence's financial affairs had recently taken to reminding her that the Mackenzie mansion, occupying 2 lots on 12th Street, was among the rapidly dwindling number of spacious single-family pre-war homes on Lower Fifth. Commercial interests, hotels, and the newly popular apartment houses were steadily encroaching. Time to consider selling. It was a topic Prudence avoided discussing whenever it was broached. Just as Fifth Avenue was reconfiguring itself, so were the social mores of the elite New Yorkers who lived there. Even Prudence's destination, on this April midday of 1891, would have been unthinkable in her mother's generation. An unaccompanied lady venturing out of the privacy of her home to lunch in a public restaurant. Not only scandalous, but impossible. Decent establishments didn't serve unescorted females, no exceptions. Not until very recently had restaurants such as Delmonico's opened private dining rooms for ladies' luncheons, many of them with separate entrances for their female guests. Tea rooms catering to this new clientele had increased in popularity, though none matched the opulence of Maillard's Confectionery, housed in the lavishly appointed Fifth Avenue Hotel that occupied the entire block between 23rd and 24th Streets. But Maillard's wasn't where Prudence had agreed to meet Lydia Truitt for what her friend's note had described as a long overdue visit and afternoon's amusement. A table had been reserved at the Bristol Bakery and Gardens on Broadway, in the midst of what was increasingly being recognized as the hub of the city's theater district.